Hi guys, this is Mr. Urrego, and today we're going to do fractions. Okay, so we're going to start by multiplying and dividing fractions, and then we're going to add and subtract. Okay, there's a myth about fractions. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, we don't like fractions, we don't understand fractions. 3 out of 2 people have trouble with fractions, even more, 4 out of 3. But again, we use fractions in all real lives. This is a saying that is very common. My better half, his wife, and she says, more like 2/3, Tom. In Spanish, you say, mi media naranja, all right? So it's kind of the same thing. So guys, we have fractions everywhere, and we need to get used to them, and they're simple to work with. So today we're going to multiply and divide fractions. I'm going to show you a very simple way how to do it. Let's do it. So first of all, I have 2/3 times, this little thing is multiplication, times 1/2. Before we start multiplying, I need to identify the names. The number, the position on the top is called numerator. The position on the bottom is called denominator. So any numbers on the top, that position is numerator and the bottom is denominator. When we multiply fractions, we multiply the numerators against each other and the denominators against each other. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to have 2 times 1 on the top over 3 times 2 on the bottom. That's it. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. And this is my answer. Now, whatever is done after this is just because we need to simplify, reduce. So I'm going to reduce this fraction. I see that I have a 2 on the top and I see a 6 on the bottom. Both of those numbers are even numbers. Because they're even, I can divide by 2 and by 2. When I'm simplifying, I got to divide by the same number on the top and the bottom. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. My final answer is 1/3. You always want to simplify. Now let me just show you something. Before that, could I reduce or simplify the previous step? Yeah, these numbers are multiplying. Because they're multiplying, you can simplify one of them. You can say, oh, cancel the 2 from the top with the 2 from the bottom. You're simplifying, you're reducing right there. What do I have left? 1 over 3, which is our final answer. Right, so that's another way how to simplify. Let's get another one here. 3/5 times 4/3. Again, the top with the top, numerator times numerator, 3 times 4, over 5 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15. Then you simplify. Let's say, oh, can I reduce by 2? Yeah, 12 is an even number, but 15 is not. Can I reduce by 3? Oh yes, 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. But if I divide by 3 the top, I gotta divide by 3 the bottom. 15 divided by 3 is 5. That's how I simplify. I divide by the same number on the top and the bottom. What about the previous step? Could I avoid this extra step here? Yes, look at the 3. They're multiplying 3 times 4, so I can simplify a 3 from the top, a 3 from the bottom. Because they are multiplying. That's the only reason. If you have a plus or a minus, you're not able to do this. The only time is when you're multiplying. What numbers are left? A 4 on the top, which is what I have here, and a 4 on the bottom, a 5 on the bottom, which is what I have here. So it's 4 over 5. Final answer. Let's bring another one. Oh, now I have 3 instead of 2. Doesn't matter. Same thing. As you notice, the process is simple. All the numbers on the top will multiply. 2 times 1 times 7. 5 times 4. All the numbers on the bottom, or denominators, will multiply each other. I can multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 7 is 14. Again, I multiply the first 2, I get 2. And my answer times the third one is 14. Then 5 times 4 is 20. My answer times the last number, which is 40. Oh, but Mr. Urrego, I think I can simplify before that. Yes, you can. Look at the 2. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. 1 times 7. Oh, hold on. All right, so let's put underneath. 1 times 7 is going to give me 7, and then 5 times 4 gives me 20. All right, so I can simplify here. What about it? I didn't do it. Can I simplify after that? Yes, you can. So can I simplify this? I see that this is an even number, 14, and 40 is an even number, right? Because the 4 is even, the 0 is even. You know, any number that's ending in 0 is going to be an even number. So that means I can divide by 2 and by 2. 14 divided by 2 gives me 7. 40 divided by 2 gives me 20. So I can multiply and then simplify, or instead of multiplying all those numbers, I can see which one numbers I can simplify and reduce. Excellent. This is multiplication. Nothing else to do. Multiplication. Let's go with division. Okay, let's divide. Let's take the first one at a time. I have 2/3 divided by 1/6. When I'm dividing, there's something that is very common and that you guys learn in elementary school. It's called keep, change, and flip. Keep, change, flip. What do they mean by that? Keep this first fraction, change the sign. Instead of division, turn that into a multiplication. And flip the last fraction. Flip 1/6 turns into 6/1. Flip. You always flip the second fraction, never the first. Keep, change, flip. Many of you learn this way. And then after that is just regular multiplication. The numbers on the top, 2 times 6. Numbers on the bottom, 3 times 1. 2 times 6, 12. 3 times 1, 3. Can I reduce, simplify? Yes, 12 divided by 3 is 4. I can just go straight and divide and my answer is 4. Alright? Can I simplify before that? Yes. 6 is made out of a 3 and a 2. 3, so I can divide the bottom by 3 and I can divide the top by 3. 3 divided by 3 cancels out. 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. And now I have on the top 2 times 2, which gives me 4, and the bottom stays as 1, which is 4/1, which is 4. Keep, change, flip. Alright, some of you learn this way. Let's do another one. Let's keep it the same way. Keep, change, flip. And in a minute, I will show you a different way. Keep the first fraction the same. You don't change it. You change the sign. Instead of division, you go multiplication, and you flip the second fraction, 2/1. All right. Top with top, bottom with bottom. Oops, not a 3, it's a 1. So on the top I have 2 times 2, which gives me 4, and the bottom I have 3 times 1, which is 3. Can I simplify this fraction? No, the 3 is not an even number, and the 4 doesn't go into the 3, so this is your final answer. Sometimes you're able to simplify, sometimes you're not able to. All right. What about a different process? Instead of doing keep, change, flip, let me talk about the reciprocal. Okay, reciprocal is more towards the high level math. You're going to see that in geometry, algebra 2, and so on and so forth. You want to talk about reciprocal, reciprocal, reciprocal. Keep, change, flip, you learn that in elementary school, but at one point in middle high school, people won't remember that. Instead, they're going with reciprocal. What's the reciprocal? Reciprocal is the same idea. The same idea. What is the idea? I want to multiply my first fraction times the reciprocal of my second fraction. What's the reciprocal of the second fraction? Reciprocal means flip the fraction. Okay? Flip the fraction. The reciprocal. The opposite. So the reciprocal of 1/4 will be 4/1. Reciprocal. Okay? When we're solving equations, this comes really, really handy, using the reciprocal. And I hope you can check my 1-step and 2-step linear equations video. Okay, reciprocal. Flip the second fraction. How come? The reason that we do the reciprocal is because these two fractions will cancel each other, right? When I multiply. Look at this. 1/4 times 1, 4/1. I multiply the top, which is 1 times 4, and the bottom, which is 4 times 1. 1 times 4 is 4, 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. Reciprocal is because the fraction will cancel each other. That's why we multiply times the reciprocal. So keep, change, flip, it's fine. It's the same idea. Or multiply by the reciprocal, meaning this fraction will be multiplied, will be the inverse, not the inverse. I gotta flip. Yeah, technically you're flipping. So my final answer will be 3 times 4, which is 12, and 5 times 1, which is 5. After that, you always want to see if you're able to simplify. Can I simplify 12 divided by 5? Not really. The 5 is not an even number. The 12 is not a perfect division. So my final answer is 12 divided by 5, or 12/5. All right. What about this? Now we get into a different level. Okay. So this is a fraction divided by another fraction. Unfortunately, let me do this in even better. So I have 1/2, and let me make this bar really big, divided by 3/2. 1/2 divided by 3/2. So there's a couple of ways that I explain my students, depending on their level. If they're Algebra 1, then I will do the keep, change, flip, or I can rewrite this. I can even rewrite this sometimes. I will say, you know what, guys, let's rewrite that. 1/2 divided by 3/2. And then I'll say, you know, let's use the keep, change, flip. Keep 1/2, change, instead of division is going to be multiplication, and the flip is going to be 2/3. Okay, and then I'll just multiply the top with the top, which is 1 times 2, and the bottom with the bottom, which is 2 times 3, and then I'll say that this is 2/6. Okay, or if I notice before that, I can simplify it 2 from the top and 2 from the bottom, and my answer will be 1/3. Okay, which is this number divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. This will be my final answer. This is one way. Okay, look at this process. Now, with my Algebra 2 students, my pre-calc students, or my college students, this is right, guys. This is a shortcut. What is my shortcut? So what I'm going to do is, again, I multiply my numerator, the first number on the top, times my last number. Okay, the two extremes, the first numerator times my last denominator. Whatever you get will be on the top. And then my two middle numbers, the product will go on the bottom. All right, does it look like this? 1 times 2 and 2 times 3? Yes. So now I have 2/6, which then I reduce by 2 on the top and by 2 on the bottom, and I'll get 1/3. And this is the extreme shortcut. Let's do another one. Let's say that I have 2/5 divided by, I don't know, let's say 7/3. Okay, let's not use any of this long process. Let's try to use the shortcut. By the way, I learned this shortcut, 300 years ago, guys, when I was in college as an engineering student. So my first number on the top times the very last number on the bottom. That product goes on the top. The two middle values, the product goes on the bottom. After that, you just multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 7 is 35. Can I reduce this? I cannot. One more. 3/5 divided by, I don't know, 1/2. Same idea. 3 times 2. If you don't want to write it down, let's not write it down. 3 times 2 is 6. The middle values. 5 times 1 is 5. Can I reduce? Final answer. So as you go, you're going to start making shortcuts, working faster, as you learn the process. But again, guys, simplify fractions. Working with fractions is simple. So please take the myth out of saying that it's difficult. Take it out of your brain, and you'll see that it's easy for your brain. Okay? Again, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.